My brothers and sisters and my beloved confreres, a very hearty welcome to each one of you to the 19th Sunday of the liturgical year. We travel with Luke the Evangelist once again to nuance further the instructions of Jesus to his little flock. When Jesus uses this word little flock, it is not only meant for his immediate disciples who are around him, listening to him attentively. It is also an invitation for the Christians in total to remind themselves to become that little flock of Jesus. Christianity, from its very beginning itself, was a religion which was considered to be a religion on fire. Christians were denied their rights. They were considered to be a low-level people who did not possess the standard and the power of the existing society, and they were scattered everywhere and had to go underground as a result of their faith that they deposited in the person of Jesus Christ. Therefore, Christians in every era became a little flock, a flock that was attached to the person of Christ immediately and externally when seen, not having any support or power, but when they came closer to the Lord, experienced the power of their master in their personal lives. That's why time and again Jesus continued with these timely instructions to them. Do not be afraid. Do not possess riches. Make money bags for yourself that will not be torn off. Put your treasure in heaven. Store up everything for God and God's kingdom. Yes, my brothers and sisters, today when Jesus is coming closer to his disciples with these instructions, he is giving them something very fundamental of the Christian way of life. I remember an incident mentioned about a young man. This man was working abroad and he had only his old mother back at home. Every time before he came for his holidays, he used to call his mother and tell her, "Mama, I'm coming home." But this time, he wanted to give her a big surprise. He decided not to tell his mother that he is coming home. Instead, just appear before her spontaneously, giving her a great surprise. So he planned it all so well, and he arrived home. As he was arriving his home, his heart was bubbling with enthusiasm to see his mother naturally, and also to give her this great surprise of his presence in front of her. He came to his house, and as he knocked at the door, there came a feeble sound from inside. "Why are you waiting and knocking there? Come inside. It is your home." He opened the door, and his old mother was sitting there without any surprise, opening up her arms, wanting to embrace her son. And she told, "Do not stand out. You will get cold. Come, I have prepared some good warm food for you." As he was eating this food, he could not control his curiosity. And he asked his mother, "Mother, how did you know that I am coming?" And she tells him, "My son, from the day you left from here, every day I used to prepare a warm food for you, and I was keeping awake to receive you. No one else I knew will knock at my door except my son." Tears were flowing down his eyes, knowing how his mother was awaiting for him every day of her life. Yes, Jesus is bringing before us today, through his advice to his little flock, 4 points that would suffice for our Christian way of life. He tells them, gird your loins. He again tells them, keep your lamp burning. And thirdly, he tells them, be like a servant who is waiting for the master at any time to come. And finally, he tells them, be wise and faithful servants. Yes, my brothers and sisters, when Jesus tells them to gird their loins, it has got a special meaning. It means the immediacy of the action that they are entrusted with. A Christian can never rest. He should be ready for the arrival of the Lord at any time of his life. If you read the book of Exodus, chapter 12, there we have this very interesting passage of the beginning of the exodus of the people of Israel. They girded their loins, they held a staff in their hand, they wore sandals, and they were eating the unleavened bread very fast because they were set for a journey. A Christian is constantly on a pilgrimage. He never rests. He is on a journey towards his home. And in this journey, he is always prepared with the necessities that the journey demands of him. Secondly, the Lord tells them, keep your lamp burning. This is nothing strange for a Jew to listen, because a marriage festival in the Jewish tradition lasted for a week. And the king would return after the celebration of the marriage at any time back home. It could be in the middle of the night, it could be during the day, but it is very important that the servant keeps the lamp burning so that when the master comes and knocks at the door, he is able to go and welcome him immediately. Keeping the lamp awake is not merely an external action. That's exactly we understand from Christian way of life. There should be a fire inside, a fire that emerges from my heart. I need to meet with my God. It is said so beautifully about Francis of Assisi. Every time when Francis of Assisi opened his mouth and uttered the word Jesus, fire came out of his mouth. The ardent desire to encounter the Lord always is that keeping the lamp burning. Thirdly, it is said that you should be a servant who is ready to welcome the master at any time. The servant aspect of our Christian way of life is always highlighted in and through the teachings of Jesus. You are always at the disposal of others. Christianity has not only a gift dimension, the gift of receiving the Lord, but Christianity lives in its task dimension. We should be servants to others, wanting to serve the humanity, wanting to take care of the need of the others. And that's where the missionaries, the priests and religious who commit themselves, leaving behind their external possibilities of position and power, serving people who are in need, become light of the world. We should be awake for the arrival of the Master. To that extent, our action-oriented lifestyle to keep the house in order and to welcome the Master should be at every moment of our life. And finally, there is a great instruction. And that instruction, I believe, is meant for those who are specially chosen to administer the sacraments. It is said, you should be wise and faithful servants. Jesus says this particular statement in response to Peter's question, Lord, do you mean this for us also? Yes, he means it for us also, especially today when we are taken to a higher view of Christian way of life from the point of view of the offices that we hold. Although Christian vocation is equal for everyone, the offices and the administration of the sacrament makes us people who are more in attention to serve the Lord and his people. Yes, we should be wise and faithful. Authority is entrusted with us not to misuse the offices and the power that is given to us. We are not merely to become ritualistic people, but we are called to become sacraments for the people who come across us. Are you awaiting the arrival of the Lord at every moment of your life? If not, let us begin today. Amen.